talking here with David Seymour from the Freemasons of Victoria, Western District 117.
Correct.
And very glad to say that, and very happy to say that David and his team organised a very big donation for TLC for Kids recently, to the sum of $15,000, which helps us reach another 30 kids and their families going through difficult times in hospital. So David, I sincerely thank you for that very generous donation. So that was amazing.
Thank you, Tim. It was a pleasure to be able to present that cheque to you.
Fantastic. Now, David, you're also here. You'd like to tell us a little bit more about what Freemasons of Victoria have been doing, and if you can give us a bit of an overview of, I suppose, the impact that you're having on the community, that'd be fantastic.
Certainly, Tim. Well, Freemasons have always been involved in charitable ventures, whether it be on an individual level, or a lodge level, or even a state level. For example, in recent times, Freemasons Victoria have raised and distributed in excess of $1.2 million, which went to the victims of the Black Saturday bushfires. Wow. And we've also raised substantial sums which have gone to both the Queensland and Victoria flood appeals. Now, I would like to point out that this money didn't just go to Freemasons. In fact, the number of Freemasons who received money from these funds was a very small percentage. So it just went to the ordinary people out there who were in need. On a perhaps more local level, my own district has just raised $45,000 to purchase a refrigerated van. Wow. For another charity called Second Bite, who distributes food to the homeless and needy. Brilliant.
That's outstanding. It's great to see, I suppose, the diversity of different organisations and different community groups that you are supporting, and people in the community that need some help.
Yes, well, as far as TLC is concerned, of course, I first became aware of TLC for Kids when I presented that cheque to you some weeks ago, and I was so impressed with the work that you're doing here that I thought, well, maybe we'll try and help a little bit more if we can. Perhaps for those of my members who don't know anything about TLC for Kids, you'd like to say a few words about what you actually do.
Absolutely, thank you, David. TLC for Kids is a children's charity that's been set up to provide emotional, practical and immediate support for kids and families going through tough times in and out of hospital. The children may be involved in a car accident, have a serious or chronic illness, or it might even be their first time in hospital. Since 1998, very glad to say that we've been able to help over 2.2 million kids in hospitals, but we are just scratching the surface, and support from Freemasons Victoria and other organisations means that we can actually reach more of these kids. We also run our program called a Distraction Box. Let's just bring this in the shop for a second. The Distraction Box is actually in over 400 hospitals around the country, and it's designed to provide immediate support for the kids while they're having an examination or medical procedure. The idea is to use some of the selected toys that are inside the box to distract the kids instead of using pain relievers or sedatives. That way the procedure is a lot quicker, there's a lot less stress involved for the child, the family and the staff working with the child. So it's been some fantastic feedback that we receive from the healthcare professionals, and each box is used on average between 13 and 15 times per week. And we've actually calculated that every 77 seconds of every hour of every day, our distraction boxes and services are providing a bit of extra support for the kids in hospital. So it's a pretty rewarding thing to do, and as I said, the relationship we've got with Freemasons Victoria is outstanding. It's certainly helping us reach our target, which is helping putting smiles back on kids' faces.
Thank you, Tim. You can understand now why I feel that we should be doing a bit more to help TLC for Kids. And I understand that you are actually having a fundraising day on Wednesday, October the 19th, where you're taking over the studios of 3AW. There'll be a telethon where people can phone in and make donations, and also a charity fundraising walk around the city of Melbourne. So if any Freemason out there is interested in helping out, perhaps manning a phone for a few hours, or for the fitter members anyway to take part in the walk, please contact TLC for Kids on 1300 361 461 to get more details. But the prime purpose of this video clip is to ask the Freemasons out there to consider helping TLC for Kids by making a donation. Now, you can make one individually, or I'd also like you to go back to your lodges and ask them to make a donation. You can make your donation by making the cheque payable to TLC for Kids, and mailing it to TLC for Kids, care of Freemasons Victoria, Post Office Box 553, East Melbourne 8002. Look guys, let's get behind this appeal. I'm hoping to get our Grand Master Vaughan Werner to the 3AW studios on the 19th to present the cheque for the funds we raise. I'm looking to get, let's aim for 100 distraction boxes, shall we? Let's go big. 100 distraction boxes to put into hospitals and medical centres around Victoria. And I can tell you that each one costs about $350. So we're all going to have to dig deep for this one. But it's a very, very worthy cause, and I ask you to get your checkbooks out, talk to your lodge secretaries, and get those donations in.
David, if I may, with the donations that come in as well for the sponsorship of each box, not only it's at $350, but it's also tax deductible, and we'd also be able to place the Freemasons Victoria logo on each box that's distributed. But the good thing is, even though it is a pretty high target to reach, that will be helping over a 12-month period 67,500 kids in hospital going through tough times. So even if you don't reach that target completely, it's still an awesome amount of support that we'll be receiving, and you'll be making a huge difference to the lives of the kids and families we work with every day.
That would be fantastic, Tim, and let's hope all those Freemasons out there take heed.
Absolutely. Thank you again, David. Thank you. We're glad to be on board with Freemasons Victoria, and you're helping us so much. And also, if anybody wants to know any more information about TLC for Kids, simply visit our website, tlcforkids.org.au. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.